The ongoing deadlock between the National Assembly and the Senate over allocation of funds to counties appears to have no end in sight. For a second time in as many weeks, the Mediation Committee was today unable to reach an agreement. The central issue revolving around the proposed amendment to the Division of Revenue Act, which recommends a 380 billion shillings allocation to counties. This is in contrast to the 400 billion shillings already stipulated in the Appropriations Act, which is currently in force. Legal experts have cautioned that if the committee members fail to reach a consensus within the next 30 days, the amendment bill will be rendered null and void. Melita Oletengis reports.
Members of Parliament and senators in the Mediation Committee on the Division of Revenue Allocation maintained hardline positions on Tuesday. The National Assembly is advocating for an allocation of 380 billion to counties, while the Senate is holding firm to the original figure of 400 billion, as set out in the Division of Revenue Act 2024.
The person who suffer most in this arrangement, we don't agree, will be the counties. So if we all claim that we really have the interests of the counties at heart, then we have a reason, honorable members, to make sure that we make progress in this debate.
We have left you with 80%, 85% of the revenue. You want to come and discuss our 15% and tell me legally that is what we are fighting about. We are not. We deserve more if this thing, by the way, is going to collapse.
The amendment to the Division of Revenue Act 2024 has encountered significant hurdles as the Appropriations Act 2024, which mandates the disbursement of 400 billion shillings to counties, is already in effect. This has raised legal concerns about how the Mediation Committee will navigate the ongoing stalemate.
When the National Assembly passed the Appropriations Act without reference to DORA, that's where the rain started beating us.
We have already passed the appropriations bill. Let's have that written down for reference. And therefore, variation of the DORA as it is now, passed by the National Assembly, that is, the process we must undertake as leaders is also to amend the appropriations bill.
Despite an expected increase in own-source revenue for counties, which has been steadily rising over the past decade, the Parliamentary Budget Office has highlighted shortfalls attributed to the withdrawal of the Finance Bill 2024, which has led to proposed cuts of 20 billion shillings for counties.
The jurisdiction of the Parliament to make laws, the expectation is that the laws will flow logically. But it does not exclude the right to be wrong by making laws that don't flow logically.
Let's find out voice of reason between the National Assembly and the Senate in terms of how we can find convergence. As you deal with the politics of RMLF in the National Assembly and between yourselves and the Council of Governors in that regard, it's just sad reality.
Committee members are expected to continue deliberations before deciding on the final amount of funding to be allocated to counties. Melita Oletengis, Citizen TV, Nairobi.